Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Janderra. I'm Geraldine, and I need to have a serious conversation with you about who your therapist and coach is, because this is a really big issue. When you're looking for a therapist or a coach, one thing that you really need to consider is who is the therapist seeing? Who is training the therapist or the coach? Who is coaching the coach? Who is caring for the carer? And this is a huge issue, and it affects people that are in all of the caring professions. It's really big. Burnout and vicarious trauma is huge. In the therapists and coaching and all of those helping professions, it is absolutely huge. I mean, carers burnout is actually a thing that as a carer, I have to be incredibly aware of to make sure that I support myself so that I haven't give myself enough self-care. And one of the things that has been really hammered and brought home to me during my diploma in counselling that I've just finished is self-care. We must do self-care. Every assessment I was asked, so what self-care are you putting into place? How are you supporting yourself so that you can support others? It's the same as when you hop on a plane. You are told that if in case of emergency those gas masks fall from the roof, you need to make sure you put on your own mask first, not your kids, not the disabled person you're caring for. You need to put on your own mask first. If you don't look after you and you break, you're stuffed. So you need to make sure that your therapist or coach is getting accurate and effective and up-to-date information on how they can best serve you. So it's really important to actually, when you're interviewing a therapist, and I highly recommend you do this, don't just trust anybody with your mental health and your future. You need to interview that person and see whether or not they have the skills to help you. So I'm going to go through some information for you that you may or may not know. So let's see. I've got stuff written down, so if I look like I'm reading, that's because I am, because I don't want to miss stuff, because this is really important. Burnout and vicarious trauma is huge, and you want to make sure your therapist and coach has a phenomenal coach and support for themselves. Now, for a counsellor to actually maintain their registration and their insurance, they must do at least 20 hours of professional development every year. They also need to have supervision. Now, when they're first starting out, they have to have it more frequently than they do if they're a more experienced and seasoned professional, which is completely understandable. As a starting counsellor, if I'm counselling somebody, I need to have supervision, which I have to pay for myself. I have to have supervision at least 1 hour for every 10 hours of contact time that I have with a client. And a good supervisor will charge anywhere from $500 an hour to Luke charges $3,000 for coaching for an hour. And you want to make sure that your coach or therapist has really good supervision and that their supervisor really knows their stuff. And that they can support them through hard times, and that they can give them extra resources and they can direct them on how they can best serve you. You don't want to base the coach you pick based on the glamorous lifestyle that they purport to lead. Who gives a rip what their lifestyle's like? You want to see that they can help you to get the lifestyle you want. Because it's not about their lifestyle, it's about your lifestyle and you getting your goals and your dreams reached. You're achieving what you want. You're living a life based on the values that you have. So, I ask you this one question. Do you want a therapist who does the bare minimum to keep their registration, but doesn't take the time to, or have a passion for working on their own junk? And we all have junk. Even my multi-millionaire support mentor, Luke Hawkins, has junk. And he's spending of thousands of dollars every year to hone his skills, to learn his skills, to become a better coach for coaches. The work he does on himself is just inspiring. And it really is incredibly important to make sure that your coach or therapist is actually qualified to help you. Who cares if they live on a yacht and they're drinking champagne? That is just so not important. You want to make sure that that person can hold space for you and help you co-regulate. Anyway, so we all have junk. We live in a broken world. We all have junk. I've just repeated it. And if I say something twice, it's because it's more important. I'm making sure you're getting it. We all have junk. Get that through. In here. We all have junk. Having junk doesn't make you broken. Having junk makes you human. That's all it is. You're not broken. You're human. Well, you may be broken. But just because you're broken doesn't mean you're not human. It means you need more support. Being broken's not bad, but you're not broken. You have value. You are amazing, and I want to be able to empower you to see the truth for who you are and how amazing you are. Anyway, so we live in a broken world. We all have junk, and you want to make sure that the person you are trusting with your mental health and your future, the person who is helping you to work towards your goals and dreams, who's empowering you to be the best you. You want to make sure that they can do that. You want to make sure that that person is taking full responsibility for working on their own junk so that they can help you work through yours. You do not want someone who has lived a charmed life with a silver spoon in their mouth, with a perfect facade that looks like they're perfect and they know everything, and they're just going to look down their nose at you and go, oh, you poor thing, really? You don't want that shit. Seriously, pardon my French, but you don't want that shit. That's bullshit. You don't want it in your life. You don't want it in your face. You want someone that's real, that's authentic, that's actually going to hold space for you. And it's not going to judge you. It's not going to... you want someone real. You really do. You want someone real. So you want someone who has a depth of experience and resources that they can draw on to help you and guide you through life's hard times. And life has hard times. Shit, we have trials and tribulations. It's the one thing that's guaranteed in the Bible. People look for promises in the Word of God. I'll give you a promise. Jesus said, you will have trials and tribulations while you live on this planet. Be a good cheer, because he has overcome the world, and he has, and he loves you, and he doesn't make junk, and he made you. So you're not junk. So that's back to my soapbox. I'm not going to say I'm going to get off my soapbox because I haven't finished it. You want someone who can hold space for you and who invests in being the best coach and the best therapist they can be. You want someone that has a special interest in learning. You want someone who invests in themselves, that values themselves. You don't want someone that's going to give you an hour of free time, because if they're giving their time away like that, unless there's a difference between giving away a 6-week session and you also want to make sure that you have a coach or a therapist that doesn't have their phone full. Anyway, that's totally unrelated. But you don't want a coach or a therapist that's going to give away hours and hours and hours of their time. It's one thing to have an initial discovery call with a client to be able to determine whether or not you're happy to work with them. It's another thing to give them a full 6-week program for free. You don't want to do that, because that sends you some really bad messages, but it also sends them some really bad messages. You need to value what you're doing, and your clients need to value what you're doing. So it's really, really important. Anyway, I hope you found this really helpful and really beneficial. And if you are looking for a coach or a therapist that is incredibly passionate about facing their own junk, about learning and growing and being able to be the best they can be, and gets their own junk worked through, has really, really good quality mentors and teachers and trainers, I'm your girl. Hey, I'm real. I have rungs on the board. I've been through some stuff. Now, compared to other people, there are people out there that have been through some worse stuff than me, but I would love to be able to help you. And if you would like to see if we can work together, I would love to book in a discovery call with you. It's valued at over $240 odd, or is it? It's really good. I should know how much I charge. Hey, it's valued at over $297, but I do it as a complimentary offer just to see if we can work together, and to see whether or not I actually can help you or not. If I can't, I will give you referrals to other places that might be able to help you. So yeah, get in touch, leave a message, and I'll catch you in the next video. Remember to like and subscribe and follow and all those things. I'll have all my social media stuff down below, or down to the side, or wherever it is. I don't know. Anyway, have a great one. Bless you.